Crystal H technology screens. Let's just give you a look around real quick. So right here we have the 39, actually the Advanced Ambient Light Projection Extreme 39 Black Widow. And let me get my curtains in order behind me because they're a little all over the place. Let me show you how much light that we have coming in the environment. So as you can see, it's nice and bright. We've got plenty of light cascading in. Nice and bright, nice and bright. And I'll even put my overheads on. Right here. So the 39, as all other screen paints, are designed to take on a ton of ambient light. The projector we're using in the demonstration is a 720p Christie projector. This is the LW400. This projector right here, I showed you can get those on eBay for around $179. All right, so let's get you back up on the screen. So we're going to have to make some changes for this technology. I told you before, I want to market it so it's affordable for everything. So this causes a fluctuation in price on the website on how some things have to be changed out and maybe some things that may have to be removed so we can keep the price a certain price for this technology. So, sorry about that, bumped the daylights out of my stand. All right, so let's see. So the sale we're having right now for the 38s, once the 27 hits, they're going to be removed off the website. This is going to be something toward, like I said, we work with other companies. Right now I'm under several contracts. We want to put them to have the ability to sell that offline, which is good. The Titan is going to be a bit of an issue. We can't get rid of it because I got 2 rooms coated in Titan technology and it's very new. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the 24 and we're just going to leave the 48 ounce. That's it, and put it at a certain price. That's the way it has to be done. All right, now as for the 39, because this will allow us to bring the price down and make the 39 reasonable. Keep in mind, this is the darkest technology we ever developed. And as you can see by the pictures on a 720p $109 projector, it does an incredible job of making older projectors look absolutely amazing. So the thought of customers happen to go out and spend money for a 1080p or a 4K projector just to get a beautiful image, you're not going to need it, not with this technology. So again, like I said, you know, we want to keep the price so that everybody can afford it, because as I said before, with the marketing crew, somebody I'm actually working with right now, I can't talk too much about it. Actually, I can get thousands and thousands of dollars for this technology at one quart because, again, this screen looks absolutely amazing. They have some of it too. We send some of it up to people we have contracts with so they can test it out and see what they like. So anyway, we're going to have this in, make sure we got an information sheet here. We're going to have this in 24 ounces, 32, 48, and 64. The coverage on this stuff is so good. It's just like the other stuff we have. There's no point in making a gallon, and you are not going to need a gallon. It's way too much paint. Only people that order gallons are companies because you're painting something really, really big. That's the only reason why you would need a gallon. Keep in mind, 48 ounces of the stuff paints a 180-inch screen. So again, the average consumer is going to have anywhere from 100-inch to 120-inch in his home. Usually most people are not walking around with 150 using some. They have them in there, but not most people. Most people are up to 100 to 120-inch. Outside's a different story. You're going to have people up there with 150s, 180s, and so forth. Maybe we might incorporate a gallon in there somewhere. But for right now, it's going to be at 64. So 24 ounces is going to be at 180. That's going to paint a screen size of 120 inches. 150 is going to paint at 32 ounces. 150 inches, yeah, it's going to paint 32. 32 ounces is going to paint a 150-inch screen. That's around $232. 180 inches out of 48 ounces is going to be about $324, and the 64 ounces, which is about a half a gallon, is going to be $368. Now, I understand we're still going to get those individuals. They're going to feel that we should be on the same selling point as the gray screen paint products, but I'm sorry, people, at the end of the day, they do not match our technology in any way whatsoever, nor they can compete with anything that we design over here, or basically our basic demonstrations. As I said before, a basic 1-year challenge is all we put out. And again, it couldn't even meet up with that at the end of the day. So it just proves that our technology does things far more advanced than what the others do. Even the certified screens, we can beat those with no problem. And again, our prices are more than reasonable. Keep in mind the DMP Supernova, the blade that was laying against this surface, 180 inch of that screen would cost you $17,000. Yeah, that's why some of the people we're working with that want to get our products into stores right now are saying that we're selling our products too low. But I don't want to be like the other ones at the end of the day. I don't want to have a $5,000 projection screen because that means the everyday Joe can't afford it. And I sure enough wouldn't spend $5,000 for a projection screen at the end of the day. I don't care what it does. But anyway, as you can see, we don't have to use high-powered, expensive projectors. We always make sure our demonstrations are always done in fully lit environments. I think that's one of the things you should be able to do. You should be able to look out your window and look at your screen at the same time. Don't you think so? All right, so we are going to have, and I talked about this before, we are going to be making a extreme gunmetal version of this technology. There's going to be 3 of them, 3 different shades of this gunmetal. One's going to be light, one's going to be a darker gunmetal. It's going to be a darker gray, and it's going to be a lighter version of this technology. For those of you that still want to dabble with the lighter gray screens, we can engineer that with no problem. You've seen the LT gunmetal with that contrast shifting technology. Check out the demonstrations on that piece of work. It is actually quite amazing. So with that being said, I got some adjustments to do, but all this will be done after the sale. Once the sale was completed, then we'll move on to the next stage of this technology. I'm already going to be putting a 135 inch in my dedicated theater room over here. And I'm probably going to have a plexiglass surface for in here, for this setup in here. All right, well, that's basically about it. That's all I got to add in there. Let me see real quick while I'm playing around with this screen. What videos are these? Never actually been on this channel before. You've got people still on forum sites that we're attached to that are asking us how much. Everybody's been asking us how much. The only people I see complaining about this are the people who are basically you're going to be used to gray screen paint products. But please understand, this is not gray screen paint products. This screen can produce a 100% contrast inside and outside, something the gray screen will never do. And let me tell you something, black diamond technology cannot touch this stuff at the end of the day. I do not see any gray screen paint products going against black diamond. Name one. I don't see any. Because if you're good enough, they will watch your channel. They will watch you. If you are good enough, you'll get one of those letters like we got, telling you that your product has potential. Or other than that, they'll just ignore you because you're not worth their time. That's how you know. When they start reaching out to you and sending you emails about what do you call them? NDA contracts and all that stuff like that. Yeah, you'll get that recognition. You'll know then. All right. I had somebody ask me, and they were talking about, look at that. Doesn't that look crazy? That looks I never get used to this. Never ever get used to this screen. And again, like I said, that projector over there, $109. That's all I paid for that projector. $109. All right, I gotta finish this. This is next. So I made a gallon for myself. I'm not gonna need a gallon, but I made a gallon for myself because we haven't forgot about this room in here. This is, for those who don't know, my dedicated theater room I'm building in here. I've been in here in a while because I'm working on some other stuff right now. But I'm gonna put 135 inch of that technology right over there. So that way we can do demonstrations in there and show people why you do not want to put a gray screen or a white screen in your dedicated theater room. You're going to watch that thing. When I turn the projector on, it's going to absorb all the light. Nothing's going to reflect off the ceiling. Nothing. You're just going to see a screen only. Wish that thing lit up. Light display. Can't see the label, can you? I like the way they're designed. Can't see them. You have to buy one of these to see the label. We got all that tidied up. Now we're going to be working on the low lumen projectors. I could have swore we had this document right here. I never know where anything's at in my place. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to make a version for, and I got to put these on, I got to spray today. We got a windy day today, which is good because it gives me a chance to test the resistance screen. We have some things got to go. So we got to drop some things, and the 38s are already being set up for contracts that we have. No, it's not right there. With all this paperwork, I never put anything up. Probably have to reprint it again. Knowing me. So I got to go order my, I got the 64, we have a question mark next to that. We technically don't know how big a screen we can paint with that. We literally going to have to roll that out. All the screen paints we have all have to roll out so we know exactly how much paint we can use. I don't like to guess anything. That's the last thing I want to do is guess how much paint to paint a screen, because you can make a lot of mistakes in that for the customer and for you. You don't want that crap. And you, at the end of the day, you want to make sure if you're doing business, you want to know what you're talking about. You want to come off sounding like an idiot. You really don't. We don't know how much is 64. So when you see the price list that we have, when we put it in underneath this video, some information, you will see I think this is it. But hold on a minute. I'm sorry, people. Oh, what the heck was this for? Oh, D5K. This was a D5K. D5K, that's what we used to go to this diamond. That was interesting. Black screen print available. I have no idea what these sockets are. I print stuff out. I have no idea what half the stuff is we print out over here. All right. I figure out where I put it at later on. I don't know what to do with it. I had a stack of paperwork over here and literally don't remember what drawer we tucked it into. But I'll post it so you can check it out. So basically, on that document, somebody asked me, did I ever get an invite to Shark Tank? I did actually get an invite to Shark Tank. I actually got a letter from Shark Tank, which I was quite shocked. But I'll show you the email. I'm surprised it's actually still on my account. But yeah, I was actually going to go on Shark Tank. This is way, way, way back when we had the digital and crystal screen paint. I submitted some information. I didn't think they were going to even bite at the end of the day, but they did. They did contact me back. But at the time, as I told you before, I was in a 10-year global contract with the people who came overseas. That's where I show you on the Facebook where they're advertising their stuff. And really didn't feel the need to go in and, you know, audition or anything. Or basically, I already got in. Just wanted me to go before the show. I didn't think we needed it. We had a 10-year global contract. And the people we had the contract with told us it wasn't necessary, that we didn't have to go in. Now, you know, someone now is advising me to resubmit again with the black technology we have, which I may consider doing that. But again, like I said, not a big fan of Shark Tank, and I'll tell you why. And I have my reasons why I would never agree. Now, the exposure would be nice. That would be nice. But the only thing I would have a problem with, the one thing I don't like about it is the fact how sometimes how they like to belittle the product to make the person feels who developed it that it's not worth anything and that they should take whatever deal they can get. That I do not like. I did not get into the business to work for other people. I got into the business for people to work for me. That's why I got into the business. On top of that, and have my own security and all that other good stuff. And I get to work with technology 24/7, which is fun. Right now, I'm thinking about investing in a 35, actually 2 projectors that I want. One of them, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my hands on it, because every merchant I meet who has one of these projectors does not want to ship it. It's just too much money to ship it. I want a CRT projector. That's what I want. I want to go back to the old schools. And I want a 35 millimeter projector also too. That I might do something with the upstairs with that. I might put myself in an old-fashioned movie theater. Mind you, you can't put in 4.3, doesn't work on those projectors. You have to use 1.1 aspect ratio on those particular projectors because you're talking about old-timey, old school. All right. Let Mr. Bird figure out exactly where he lost his information. I got to get my groceries put up. We're going to be pretty soon building our screen for that wall right there. So this is only all visual digital effect. We have the screen that came in. Voila. That's the giant screen. It's going to fill out that whole area. And guess what that is? That's a tablecloth. Look, I bought an oversized tablecloth. And we're going to turn that into a projection screen for the floor and everything. All this won't be here. All right, people. Let me get back to work. I have to finish the labels. I have to order this 64-ounce containers. I have to figure out what screen we're going to be able to paint it on because, mind you, 48 can paint an 80-inch screen. So 42 ounces paint an 80-inch screen. What the heck does 64 paint? So that's what we got to figure out. So I think I'm going to order another 250. I'm going to order 250 and a 300-inch screen. So we can figure out exactly how much we can get out of it. 200, yeah, it's going to definitely be way over 200 inches. It's probably going to be around like no, we did a 250. We did a 250 with 96 ounces. Huh. What the freak? All right, we got to do, I got math to do. All right, people, got to go and God bless.